Do you want to feel like you're always failing? Well, the best way to ensure you always do is to not set any goals. To many people, setting goals is scary because you might not achieve them, but we want you to change the way you think and look at it the other way around. If you never set a goal, you can never succeed. First, you'll not have any direction, and secondly, even if you do hit it, you'll never know that you have, so you'll still feel like a loser. If you have no goals for your content, or even if you do, then this video is for you, so join us as we teach you how to set channel goals and track them. Number 1, big, hairy, audacious goals. Have you ever run a race, 100 meters, 400, 10k, or maybe a marathon? Well, I'd be willing to bet my shoes on it that as you approach the finish line, you slow down. We just see the end in sight and reduce our efforts. Big, hairy, audacious goals are there to stop you slowing down and put the end miles out of sight so you keep powering through. Should be a goal you set. That almost seems ridiculous. So for us, it's to hit 500,000 subs in 10 years. Now, that's not actually that big, so let's add some more things to it live. I want us to be featured on the front of Time magazine as the saviours of YouTube. I want the Queen to knight me for my services to education, and I want to feature in the YouTube Rewind 2028. Okay, so those are all pretty mighty, right? And the chances of them happening are, well, slim.
Especially that last one.
Yeah, but just by aiming for them along the journey, the chances have already shot up tenfold that you're going to hit them. These are not things we're going to aim for tomorrow, but in 10 years. Now, with your back in mind, you might start looking to how to get knighted, how Time magazine pick people, who you need to influence and target to get on their radar, and so on. Big, hairy, audacious goals carve a pathway for you to follow, and even if you fail them but come close, you'll still achieve 10 times more than you would have if you just said you wanted to grow a big YouTube channel. I mean, I'm not going to moan if we had an article put in Time, got an OBE, and ended up in another promotional video for YouTube, even though we still missed out on our big goals, am I? Actually, I moan a lot, so I probably would. But you won't. The key to this is not to do the British thing of staying reserved and convincing yourself not to be a silly sod, but to say stuff it. The Rock is the biggest name in Hollywood right now for one reason. That was always his goal. Jim Carrey wrote himself a check for $10 million when he was just a regular dude, so that he could one day cash it. Number 2, micro goals. So, you've set your 10-year bad boy of a goal, now it's time to set some stepping stones. What do you need to do and by when to get you as close as humanly possible? Now, the problem with micro goals is if you set tons in a super detailed plan, you'll probably waste a lot of time. The joy of chasing bags is that anything can happen along the way that you could never really expect. This could then change the direction of all of your goals and even your bag. So for content, we start with a shorter term goal. Anything less than a year is probably going to end up stressing you out as things never move that fast. So last year, our micro goals were to hit 780 subscribers, and we hit 1,100. They were to get a backlink to our website on a well-respected and powerful publication, and we had an article published on Social Media Examiner, the largest social media resource in the world, and to take on 2 new members of our team. And we took on, well, none. We're going to blame Brexit for that, but still, the journey will never be easy. So, look at your video goals. Is it all about watch time and subs? Do you want to generate revenue? Because if so, even with a small following, you can start setting up affiliate links and making money with 1 subscriber. You can put your micro goals in every year for 10 years, or like us, you can have a long-term and short-term plan and embrace the mystery in the middle. Content is powerful, you never know who's watching, which means anything could happen. Number 3, tracking. Now, big goals are great, but they will always seem a million miles away, so you need a way to stop yourself going mad as you consistently don't hit them. We use a compound interest calculator to make sure we're on target to 500,000 subs over 10 years. We have to grow 6% a month to get there. We even have a chart that shows us what number we need to be on every month so we can hone down our tracking. Smarter than I look, aren't I? I'll pop a link in the description to the one that we use. So to use it, you start by typing in the amount of subs you currently have in the base amount. Now, the interest section is basically the percentage of subs you need to pick up every month. So if you're on 100 subs now, do you think you can pick up at least 6 in the first month and then say 10 in the 10 month? You probably could. So try 10% in there, just see what happens. You can then tweak it. Change yearly to monthly and then put in 120 months, not years. Years won't give you a monthly chart to hit. Then press calculate. If you maintain your growth of 10% a month for 10 years, you'll hit 9 million subscribers. Isn't that amazing? The reason why this chart is so powerful is because you can anticipate an issue. So right now we are 6 months ahead of where we should be. If this starts to slow down, then I really need to examine our promotion, topics and titles, and also look at what we can do to stay ahead or get even further ahead. Because you have a clear goal to hit, you know you need to react. It's been a simple promotion process for our own channel so far to get it where it is, but I have a feeling we'll not be as far ahead at some point, so we'll be forced to look for new ways to try and blow up. I'm not going to rely on YouTube randomly deciding to suggest our videos, that's for sure. Now you can use this same calculator for watch time too. So over the last 28 days, our watch time is up 18%. If we can maintain this month on month for an entire year, our watch time will be up 1 million minutes. That's loads. You can play with these figures as much as you like. We promise you they'll make your journey more enjoyable having them. Other goals are not as easy to track, but keep a record of what happened and why you might not be hitting them to learn how to progress. Number 4, publicize your goals. This bit is terrifying, but once you've done it, it will motivate you at your lowest points and push you further at your best. You need to tell people what your goals are. So right now, we're going to tell you ours for the next year to encourage you to do the same. Number 1, we want to be published in Forbes by the end of 2020. That's right, the world's most serious business magazine. Number 2, although our chart says we need to aim for 1,600 subs by the end of year 2, I want us to be at 3,000, so we've got to increase more than the 6% target, and that's the beauty of goals, you can keep changing them. Number 3, we still want to have 2 new people working for the business, and one of them spending a lot of time on this channel. Imagine that, a full-time YouTuber with only 3,000 subs on a channel, we dare to dream. So when it comes to telling people your goals here, here's who you shouldn't tell. Firstly, your friends. If they're anything like mine, they have no interest in what you do at all. If they share your passion for your topic, then publicize it. But friends are often cautious, they will care about you and won't want you to waste your time, so they might try to prepare you for the worst, which isn't helpful. They also tend to stifle creativity and think they know best. They don't. Mine definitely don't. You guys suck. I can say that because they never watch anything I make. Number 2, your family. Unless they're incredibly supportive, you'll either be met by something like my mum would say, which would be like this, "Oh, that's lovely, dear," or they might worry it's a distraction, and they probably won't understand why you want to put all this effort into your YouTube anyway. We think the best people to tell are your viewers. You guys are interested in what we have to say, hopefully. You're part of our journey, the most important part. So we want to tell you just what impact you're going to have, and with you guys knowing our direction, your feedback will be so much more targeted and useful. So if you have no goals, now is the time to go bonkers, think big, work out how to track them and plan ahead. And if you only ever get halfway there, we promise you, it'll be so much further than you'll have ever got without a goal. And if you want to join our tribe and journey where we teach you to grow a small channel, avoid mistakes, and make kick-ass videos, then hit subscribe. It won't hit itself, you know. And we'd recommend this video here about how to grow your channel at the toughest period in the internet's history to get traction. Peace out, A-Town down. No idea what that means.